I don't remember how many times people have called me in the last 4 or 5 years for asset protection help because they were concerned about a mortgage deficiency judgment. My name is Jonathan Alper, and I'm an asset protection attorney in Florida practicing throughout the state, where my offices are located in Orlando, Florida. So what is a mortgage deficiency judgment, and how is that different from just a foreclosure action? A foreclosure action is an action against the property that you own and is designed to clear the title of that property and give the title back to the bank. But a mortgage foreclosure judgment is not a judgment against you. If the bank gets a foreclosure, they have the option of continuing to sue the borrower for a deficiency. The deficiency judgment, in theory, is the difference between the amount you owe the bank on the date of the foreclosure sale, including past due interest, legal fees, filing fees, appraisal fees, and on. And on the other hand, the fair market value of the property on that same date of the foreclosure sale. Remember, it's the value of the property on the date of the foreclosure sale at the courthouse, not the value on the date the bank ultimately sells the property to an investor. What's the likelihood, people ask me, that the bank is going to come after me for a deficiency judgment? Well, it depends on several factors. If you purchase a single-family home with a typical Fannie Mae type mortgage, which is a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, a purchase money mortgage, then my experience is that based on that fact, the banks are not likely to pursue you as the owner for a deficiency claim. If you borrowed money from a smaller bank, such as a credit union or a small local bank, the chances of the bank going after a deficiency are higher compared to the large national banks like Wells Fargo, Citicorp, Chase, etc. General rule, the larger the bank, the less likelihood of going after a deficiency claim against the homeowner after a foreclosure. Another thing that makes a difference is the nature of the loan. For example, if you're a homeowner, but the money was borrowed for a non-conforming mortgage, what do I mean by that? I mean like for example, a construction loan, the purchase loan for a lot, any other type of mortgage than the 30-year Fannie Mae mortgage. The chances of a deficiency claim are significantly higher than they would be if we were just talking about your purchase money mortgage. Another factor is commercial loans. Is this loan a commercial loan, like the purchase of a fourplex apartment building, investment property, multifamily investment property? Banks are much more aggressive to collect commercial loan debt against the individual borrower. The third thing I want you to remember is that on second mortgages, banks are more likely to sue you personally. Now, a second mortgage is not a deficiency claim because the second mortgage bank is not getting any property back. The second mortgage bank merely has a judgment against you based on the promissory note. The bank gave you money, the bank wants the money back. The property is not involved because the property is going back to the first mortgage. So if you're concerned about a second mortgage, you're more likely to need asset protection help and a legal defense because the bank is going to be more aggressive. If you're concerned about a deficiency claim from an impending foreclosure, or are you considering a strategic default on walking away from your house, give me a call. I'll go over the different factors in your loan, we'll discuss your assets, and we'll come up with the best way for you to get out of an underwater housing mess. My name is Jonathan Alper, and my phone number is 407-444-0404. I'm here to help you, and thanks for watching the video.